Hey, what's going on, everyone? Back for this Wednesday slate. We have a 6-game slate tonight. Hopefully, you guys all had a good night last night, able to double up on Draftkings. It was a low-scoring day as the cash line in double ups was under like 250. So there was a lot of players that disappointed, but hopefully, you guys able to make some money last night. So looking at today, before we get into it, you can drop a like on the video and subscribe if you have not already. I appreciate that. And as always, especially on a slate like today where we're waiting on some pretty important news, follow on Twitter at the DFS process for updates because I always post the final updates before lock. At point guard, Luka looks good. He looks even better if Kristaps rests today on a back-to-back. He has been resting on a back-to-back, but just there's always a chance that he plays one of the back-to-backs to get ready for the playoffs. I like this Pelicans-Kings game quite a bit. I think Holiday and Ball are both looking pretty appealing. I think Ball might be a little bit lower owned, so I think he could be a spot that you can target just because he has huge upside. He has triple-double upside as well, and he's a streaky player, and lately his shot's been falling, so definitely don't mind going with Lonzo. But I do like De'Aaron Fox a lot at 7,800. The Knicks, if you played some Knicks last night, he basically got... we got Fizdale, even though Fizdale is not the coach anymore, with the rotations. You had starters play under, like, Payne played under 20 minutes. Randall played under, like, 27 minutes or, like, 28 minutes. So, just crazy. Usually, they have been pretty good at giving normal run to their starters, but last night just rolled with the bench guys for whatever reason. But still don't think that will stop me from going back to a couple of them against the Hawks. Alfred Payton with his triple-double upside looks pretty good. RJ looks fine at 55, not a priority. Personally, I think Fox is still the best option right now, 7,800. And if Jimmy Butler happens to sit, then Kendrick Nunn, if he's in, would be great, as would Goran Dragic. But I like Fox. He's been really consistent lately. You see high 30s and 40s out of him, and this is an incredible spot. At home against a fast-paced Pelicans team, a huge pace bump for the Kings, and their Pelicans defense has been pretty bad as of late. There should be a lot of points scored. And Fox has been playing very well as of late, taking a lot of shots and facilitating at a pretty high clip. Shooting guard, Jimmy Butler news, important to pay attention to. If he's out, then that would make a lot of players more appealing. For the Heat, like Bam Adebayo, Dragic, Nunn, Crowder, the list goes on, but definitely something to pay attention to. It's a 7:30 game, so we should get news. SGA is incredibly underpriced at 6,300. Price tag dropped by $700 just by missing one absence. Basically dropped by like 1,200 from his last couple games. So definitely love SGA today. It's a tougher matchup, but the Jazz have still been kind of bad in terms of defense over the past month. They have been a little bit better over the past handful of games, but it's at home in OKC where SGA has played out of his mind this year. And I'd say Buddy Hield looks really good at 5,400. It's a little bit scary with Buddy Hield just because he's not getting the minutes, so you're going to need him to ball out in the 25, 26 minutes that he's getting, and the Kings are getting healthier, so the minutes are even less secure for Buddy Hield, but for tournaments, he looks good. And then Gary Harris is back. I don't feel confident in playing him, but lately he's been playing well. Minutes are there. The shots are going in, even though he's taking like under 10 shots, so you're going to need him to be efficient. But at 4,500, he's definitely viable. But really, SGA at 63 is a spot where I want to get to. Just too cheap. Small forward, I like... probably won't get 8K to Ingram. I think Duncan is up to 6K. If Butler's out, then that would be okay. If they're still missing like Tyler Hero. But still, it's a pretty high price point. But it still looks okay. If Butler's in, then I have no interest. Gallinari looks good, 59. Hield looks fine. I think Barnes is in play at 5,000. Price tag has come down a little bit. Never really play Harrison Barnes just because he's always doesn't really give you a high floor or high ceiling. But lately he's been playing pretty well. The thing that I like about him is that the minutes are always secure. He's always getting like high 30s in minutes in close games. You see him get 38 a bunch, 36. You're not really seeing that with like Buddy Hield or Bogdanovic, who are priced above him. So Barnes, I think, in this spot, it's a good matchup at home. looks like he should be able to clear you 6x and be a solid option. Power forward, I like Christian Wood. I like Wood a lot more if Embiid sits out, because if Embiid's in, then we could see Wood get into some foul trouble, even though I don't like to project that. But it's a tough spot, and the Sixers are really good at home too. But if Embiid's out, then definitely love Christian Wood. I think Randall is definitely viable at 7,800. Scary, only played 26 minutes, but something just not out of the... Something not normal. Usually he's getting like 30s in minutes, like 32, 33. Bobby Portis got really hot off the bench, so they just rode with him. And I'd say not a ton really sticks out here. Kleber would look good if Porzingis sits. He would be like one of the first guys I put in. And let's see, Finney Smith, not that appealing. Derek Jones, if Butler's out, is only 4,000. That looks good. But Randall is probably the guy that I try to get to right now. If something's open up, then I could probably get up to Christian Wood if Embiid's out. At center, I like Bam if Butler's out. Wood looks good. I like Steven Adams quite a bit. 56 is a good price point on him. Price tag keeps dropping, and I want to play him. And when I do, I hope that he has his 40-point game, because he's never getting ownership. This is a spot where it looks scary on paper, but they're going to need his size and physicality out there to defend Rudy Gobert. He should see good minutes tonight, like close to 30, if not more than 30, like 31, 32. And he's at home, so he's played pretty well at home this year. Played pretty well in general, but it's a spot where they're going to need his size, and Gobert stays right by the basket, so should be able to get a lot of rebounds tonight. So Adams, I like at 5,600. And then a guard that I like is Lonzo right now, 7,900. If Porzingis is out, then I would get up to Luka. But personally, I think Lonzo looks like a pretty good option regardless at 7,900. It's a spot where the Pelicans are fighting for that playoff spot, so every game is a must-win basically, or they're trying to win every single game. They're not resting. They're not taking it easy on any game. So Ball's been playing really well lately. He has 50-plus point upside. And spot where it's a really good matchup against the Kings. Should be a fast-paced, high-scoring game. On FanDuel here, Luka looks good, depending on Kristaps news. Trae Young looks fine, 10K. But you also have three options right here in the 7K range that are all in play: Ball, Fox, and Chris Paul. I would rank it Fox, Ball, Paul in that order. And you have Elfrid Payton down at 6,200, looks good. Rozier looks fine at 6,100. And then if Butler's out, then you got Dragic and Nunn. So you got quite a bit of options at the point guard spot right now. But Fox looks like a guy that I would try to get in, assuming Butler plays, and until we get news on that. Shooting guard, Holiday is priced to 8,700. There's no really pay-up options if Butler misses. So you could get up there if you want. I do like Graham at 6,500. Really nice price point there. I like Buddy Hield. I like Bogdanovic a bit, but Duncan Robinson looks like a really nice play. Playing big minutes right now, 4,900 for him. Even if Butler's in, you could play him. He's not that appealing on Draftkings. If Butler's in at 6K, but 49 for him. He's been playing really well. It's a good matchup against a bad defense. And if Hero's out again, then he's been seeing huge minutes, and that should continue. So if Butler happens to be in, then you could go down to like RJ Barrett if you want, but both of those guys look like viable options. Small forward, I like Barnes looks good at 4,900. And then you have Gallo looks good. And Ingram looks pretty good at 77. And if Embiid misses, then Tobias is fine. But 49 for Harrison Barnes looks like another solid value. Power forward, I like Bam Adebayo, 85. Christian Wood. Julius Randle, the top three basically. And then if I go cheap, it probably would be for Kleber if Porzingis sits. And that's pretty much it. So right now, I'd say Randle, 76. And over at center, I like Jokic is down to 9,300. That looks like a fine play. Gobert looks okay, 82, but why would I pay 82 for Gobert when I got Adams down to 5,900? Like I said, I think this is a spot where Adams will get back on track and have one of his better games. And he's usually always had his better games when nobody is really on him and he's not getting a lot of ownership, which I don't believe that will be the case tonight. So That's kind of what I'm looking at for both sites. I will update you guys on Twitter once we get some of that Butler news and the Kristaps news. So yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You can drop a like if you enjoyed, and good luck today.